Our story opens with two girls, Yukon and Yasumi, giving an interview at Yuhi and Yasumi High School Radio. These girls are voice actresses in the same class at the same school, a twist of luck and destiny that brought them together. They recall a month ago when Yasumi gave an interview to Sakura Namiki Otomes. It was almost like a cherry blossom viewing. She gave the interview with a soft smile. That night, Yasumi watched her own interview and thought of herself as the ideal voice actress. This was her public face. Yasumi, whose real name is Sato Yumiko, prepares herself beautifully and becomes another girl. She hides this side from the public because people want their ideal voice actresses to be innocent and pure. For that reason, she has to pretend. Except for her family and teacher, no one knows about her true self. She deceives people, but that's okay because they demand a cute and innocent girl. Energetic girl, Wakana hugs her and says good morning. She sits and gives her a drink, which she tastes and finds good. She thanks her. A boy named Kimura sees his cute idol voice actress picture and tells them her name is Yugiri Yuhi, the real rising star in the voice actress world. Wakana tries to see the picture up close when a drink spills on a girl's shoes. This girl, Watanabe Chika, resembles Yuhi. She is a plain girl who cannot talk to anyone. She shows some attitude when apologized to and moves away. Sato Yumiko follows her and says it's not okay to show attitude because they were just excitedly talking about Yugiri Yuhi. She mentions that Yuhi pretends to be a voice actress but is actually singing and dancing as an idol, which annoys her. She advises her not to talk about things she doesn't fully know. Chika takes it bad and leaves. Yumiko receives a call from her manager, informing her about a job in a radio show. On the bus, she sees the news and learns that Yuhi is already working there. She meets the director who tells her the new April show flopped, and they decided to do a Yuhi and Yasumi High School radio show, which is getting popular. However, he is interrupted by Yuhi's arrival, and both are shocked to see each other. Watanabe Chika is Yuhi in real life. The person reveals the show's success is because Yasumi and Yuhi are classmates. They are surprised as they are show partners. They start talking and realize they are very different in real life. They discuss who is better, with Yuhi mentioning her 4-year theater troupe experience. They are still arguing when a girl named Asaka Mirai arrives and stops them. She introduces herself as the show's writer, gives them the script, and tells them they need to know each other better. The first question is about their favorite anime. Yasumi likes Magician Prettia, while Yuhi prefers mechas and robots. They can't believe each other's choices. They practice and record the third episode when Yuhi gets a surprising message. She is told they will be doing a public recording, which she takes badly because surprise announcements are uncommon during recording sessions. The writer is worried, but Yasumi mentions Yuhi is a difficult girl who sits alone and doesn't talk to anyone. Yasumi advises that something is missing in the show, and they need to become familiar as partners. During lunch break, Yasumi follows Yuhi, who is eating and reading alone on a bench. She sits with her and mentions that they need to know each other better because the show can't just seem like classmates talking. Everyone is looking forward to their public show. They both prepare their public faces. Yasumi knows Yuhi is anxious because it is her first public show. She tries to relax, but Yuhi says she doesn't understand the appeal. Yuhi can't sing or act well and usually does radio shows because she knows the tricks. She hates this fake version of herself but does it due to public demand. Yasumi tells her not to worry because they do it for the public, and in the public eye, they are pros. Yuhi opens the door and, worried, sees the audience. She feels overwhelmed and falls, but Yasumi tells the audience that Yuhi is nervous, asking them to give her confidence. The audience does, and Yuhi feels happy and gains confidence. Yasmi's mother is making preparations for food while listening to her daughter's latest public show. She eats and enjoys it. Yasmi comes back and finds her mother enjoying the show. This makes her happy. Her mother mentions that her business is growing, but she has to focus on her voice acting. Yasmi is happy about this because her mother doesn't oppose her work. She always supports her and encourages her to live life according to her own choices. Her mother asks her about eating croquettes from the butcher shop. Yasmi tells her that Yuhi mentioned this in front of an audience, which she found weird since some butcher shops sell fried food. During the recording, Yasmi told her mother to show that place, and they would go together after school. However, Yasmi gets angry and mentions that it's weird, but the audience doesn't know about this. After that, she leaves, and her mother feels bad for her. They eventually go together to the butcher shop to buy croquettes and talk about living fake lives and telling lies. They buy the croquettes, and Yuhi loves them, deciding to have them for dinner. Yasmi also wants them for dinner with some chopped cabbage, miso soup. Yuhi mentions that eating just this isn't okay, but Yasmi replies to no. Yuhi tells her that she will eat it with rice. She cooks for herself since her parents are getting divorced and her mother comes home late from work. Yasmi also mentions that she cooks for herself, and her mother is also a single mother. Later, Yasmi meets her manager, who tells her that she got a big role as one of the sisters in the anime Under the Purple Sky. She will work with Yuhi and Sakuranamiki Otomes. This will be a great TV show because the opening theme will be performed by a group composed of the main cast. She is excited about this but thinks she may not have gotten this chance because of her talent but because of her show with Yuhi and her friendship with Sakuranamiki. She feels bad but decides to do her best, relaxing her mind because work is work. She tells her about the releasing event, mentioning that this show will change her life, and she will gain the most from joining this group. She replies that she will do her best. The next day, Yasmi meets Yuhi at the shoot. She comes in uniform, thinking it gives a good impression and she looks good in it. Sakuranamiki arrives and greets them warmly. Yasmi is excited to see her because it's been a long time. Yuhi also greets her but more casually since they often work together. Sakuranamiki is happy to work and play with them as a sister. They all feel the same way. The shooting starts, and they perform well. Afterward, Sakuranamiki rushes out, and Yasmi praises her, feeling she is not as good and wishing to act like them. She is impressed with their acting. Yuhi tells her that her acting is good, and Yasmi smiles. They name their group Heart Tart, and their first song, Shaky Shaky Love, from the anime Under the Purple Sky, will launch soon. Yuhi tells Yasmi that she doesn't like events because she hates dancing and singing in front of people, feeling it's not real voice acting. Yasmi takes this badly and says it's not okay since they are just doing what people appreciate and support. Yuhi apologizes and asks if Yasmi likes it, and she replies that she does enjoy it. The event is about to start, and they are ready when the director calls Sakuranamiki to come down. She does, but unfortunately, her foot slips, and she falls, hurting herself. Despite this, she still wants to do the event. Yasmi advises her to go to the hospital and not worry about the event, but Sakuranamiki replies that her fans are waiting for her and asks if Yasmi would leave if she were in her place. They both decide that most people came just for Sakuranamiki, so they have to perform well as professional voice actresses to entertain the audience. The show starts, and they appear on stage full of energy. Sakuranamiki apologizes for not performing, while Yuhi and Yasmi perform very well, dancing and singing like pros. The concert turns out great, and people enjoy it, but they still miss Sakuranamiki. Yuhi and Yasmi feel bad about it and apologize to each other. Yasmi mentions that she will work really hard and become as good as Sakuranamiki one day. They both decide to start a new journey and work hard together. Kimura watches all the Yuhi and Yasumi high school radio shows as they are getting hit, because they sleep over at each other's place and people love it. Isumi came to Yuhi's place for a sleepover tonight. They decided to prepare food. They did it and Yuhi tasted and loved it. She is also happy that Yasmi makes some food for her mother. She posted about it. They both take a bath together. Yuhi told her they will talk about this in their show as people like it, but she gets angry about it. She told her she was just teasing her about nothing else, but she mentioned she is not comfortable with her in a bath as naked. So, Yuhi came close to her and mentioned that they just hear each other's voice, not see anything. They do some naughty things and move back. Yasmi told her if she wants, she can touch her boobs, as she looked at it. She agreed because she wanted it. She comes close and touches her boobs, loves it and gives full marks to her boobs. She mentioned her body is completely perfect, as her boobs are good, hips are slim and have a nice waist. She is happy because she is her show partner. After that, they both are about to sleep, when Yuhi asks her why he wants to become a voice actress. She replied she likes a show called Witchy Prisha. Her mother and grandmother are busy with work, so she spent all the time watching it. She loves it, so she decided to become like Pritia and ask for her reason. She mentions that her father is the animator and when her father does some project, she is getting excited, and she had a dream just to become one with her father's work. So, she thought about becoming a voice actress, but her mother cannot support her. But she did it. They turn off the light and go to bed to sleep. She told her that now she found fun in idle voice actress work. Yasumi wakes up and meets Yuhi's mother. Her mother asks her why her parents allow her to become a voice actress. She replied because her mother allowed her to do what she wanted. Her mother said this is cool, but she cannot allow and support her daughter, because she thinks there is no future in it. It is bad that she is singing and dancing on the stage and her photos are all over in magazines and the internet that seem life sells her youth and femininity. One day this all ends, and her daughter comes back to her crying. She replied that it is true, and she also does not know about her future. But her daughter is different as she has a skill to make herself in the industry. Everyone knows her and she also jealous from her. She will have a good future and she also want to know more about her. She moves back to room. She opens the door. She found Yuhi who run back to bed. The next day, she about to leave, When Yuhi told she also getting jealous from her, as all people like her, even her mom's also. She also mentioned she do great performance and she is a pro ideal voice actress. She is always in her mind. She smiles on it and thought, is she dreaming? Kimura saw all the pictures and he come to know that these girls have his school bag and also in his class. He thought, is it true or not? In bus, Yasumi saw a news that a big anime company select Yuhi for a role. She is impressed with her. Yasumi come to know that their show is about end and only have 4 episodes left. Because people lost interest in it. She feels bad as she worked hard but cannot get good results. Yuhi behaves normally. Yasumi told her that she cannot have to be worried because she has already been selected for a new anime. She does not need to put any effort. She mentioned she did a lot but cannot get it. She gets it because she butters the director. She indirectly questions her character that makes her angry. She mentioned she gave her 100% to her project, she did work and moved out. Yasumi cried and told the writer she worked hard but all her auditions cannot be selected, and she cannot get work. But Yuhi do and get a huge role. So, she is just jealous of her and now she cannot bear that her show has also ended. But the writer said that Yuhi was also worried as she left her script and also not to make notes of today's recording, as she usually did. She found fun in this show, and it also bothers her. So, she decided to apologize to her. The next day, she got a call from Sakura Namaki who told her to see news about Yuhi. Yasumi saw the news of Yuhi on mobile and was shocked. Yasumi moved to the school and thought about how Yuhi could do this. How could she cancel her role in the latest anime? She called her number several times, but she cannot attend. When she sits in class, she is a little disturbed. The boy Kimura starts shouting at her and tells everyone that she is the real Yasumi. She tries to relax, but at the same time, Yugir Knight comes with the camera and starts capturing it. He moves towards Yuhi, and everyone sees them. He and the pro voice actress are in the same class, and now he starts taking her interview. She stops him from filming, but he does. Everyone is shocked to see this. Kimura moves toward him and tells him to stop. They turned into a fight, but he fell down. He starts insulting Yuhi and mentions that these voice actresses are dumb. They all deceive the people. He starts talking about their radio show and makes fun of them. He moves the camera towards Yasumi. When Yuhi punches him, she's angry with him and mentions why he started filming her private life without any permission. He did it just for content, so she tells him to stop and move out. Yasumi follows her and apologizes for what she did yesterday. She mentions that she got the role based on her talent, but she tells him that she is a dirty newbie actress who slept her way into the role. She also mentions that when she started fun in voice acting, this happened to her. She cries and says she is going to quit voice acting and move out. Wakana comes and tells her that the teacher kicked the shooting boy outside. She mentions she knows she is also a voice actress and asks for a story. She agrees, and they laugh. Yasumi talks with her manager and mentions that it's good her face is not clear in the camera, but her school is a target now, and fans may come, so be aware. But she mentions that the manager did a lot to her, but now she apologizes because she thought her voice actress work is ending. Now after that, she calls her show writer and asks for a show. They arrange it for her, but no one knows what will happen because she thinks all in her mind. She sits and the streaming starts. She tells everyone her real name and apologizes for deceiving them. She also apologizes to Yuhi. She mentions that Yuhi is an antisocial girl and these two are different personalities behind the camera. They did it because people want it. She also says that these two are not close friends, they are just classmates who cannot talk with each other much. She mentions that Yuhi punched the cameraman and people call her a violent girl, but she did it to protect her. If her face also reveals, her career is over. She mentions Yuhi is a real person who takes her work too seriously. She affords a lot. She also has doubts about being an idol voice actress, and it makes her uncomfortable to deceive her fans. She made an honest effort to minimize the lies. She also is a great fan of the company for which she signed up for work, but her working career is over because of the things she deceived people about. She cannot do anything. She just lied about something and maybe not an idol, but the people are fans of her voice, that is real. And if they are fans, then help her, not to blame her. She also wants to keep doing a radio show with her. At the same time, Yuhi comes and hugs her and mentions that's a lot for her. She comes to know about this stream from director Kamishiro. He is a director who recently offered Yuhi work. He also comes in the stream and mentions that people are curious and confused about his relationship with Yuhi. He shows them a picture from a long time ago and mentions Yuhi is his biological daughter. Before his divorce, he worked as an animator, but after that, he became a director. He also mentions that Yuhi got this role based on her talent and it was decided by the entire staff, not him. Yuhi tells everyone that when she heard about his project, she worked hard and practiced like a mad person. And when she was selected, she couldn't think about it. She was so happy, so she hugged her dad without any thinking. Yasmi feels bad and ashamed because there is no need for her stunt. There is nothing more to say, so they end the stream. Their stream is getting viral. Yuhi thanks her because she believed in her. She mentions she cannot quit voice acting, and they both are happy about it and decide they both will work together. They announced that the final episode of their show will be this week. People love their show, and the number of views on the previous episode is increasing, and they are getting viral. What a beautiful ending to their show. They finally get their pay for hard work. Please subscribe to our channel for the next part.